Alice in Wonderland. One warm summer day, Alice, a curious and adventurous girl, was sitting by a river, reading a book. Suddenly, she spotted a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch. Intrigued by the rabbit's haste, Alice jumped up and followed it down a rabbit hole. The hole was narrow and dark, but Alice, driven by curiosity, continued down until she suddenly began to fall down a deep well. As she fell, she wondered where she was going and what adventures awaited her. When she reached the bottom of the well, Alice found herself in a strange room, full of doors of different sizes. She tried to go through several of them, but they were all locked. Frustrated, she sat down and began to cry. Suddenly, she saw a bottle with a label that said, "Drink me." Curious, Alice took a sip and began to shrink rapidly. Soon, she was so small that she could no longer reach the doorknob. Desperate, Alice found a cake with the words, "Eat me," written on it. Determined to return to her normal size, she took a bite and began to grow rapidly, breaking through the ceiling of the room. Confused and exhausted, Alice went out to explore the strange world she found herself in. There, she met bizarre creatures such as the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Cheshire Cat. With the Mad Hatter, Alice attended a very peculiar tea party. The Hatter and the March Hare made nonsensical riddles and exchanged absurd jokes. Alice tried to join the conversation, but she felt more and more confused. "Who are you?" asked the Hatter. I hardly know, sir," stammered Alice. "At least I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then." The Cheshire Cat, with its enigmatic grin, was another striking figure in Wonderland. It appeared and disappeared mysteriously, leaving Alice even more puzzled. "A cat without a grin is no cat at all," said the Cheshire Cat, with a smile that stretched from ear to ear. Alice also met the Queen of Hearts, an authoritarian and cruel figure who ruled Wonderland with an iron fist. The Queen was always shouting "off with her head," and organizing croquet games where the balls were hedgehogs and the mallets were flamingos. After many adventures and strange encounters, Alice found herself on trial before the Queen of Hearts, accused of stealing tarts. The trial was chaotic and unfair, and Alice was about to be sentenced to death. Suddenly, Alice woke up under a tree, with her sister beside her. She realized that it had all been a strange and wonderful dream. However, the experiences she had in Wonderland marked her deeply. Throughout her journey, Alice learned that the world can be a strange and unpredictable place, but that curiosity and imagination are powerful tools for exploring and understanding the world around us. She also learned to accept that not everything makes sense and that sometimes, the best thing to do is to move on and enjoy the adventure.